Stupidity and obesity is found in abundance on this planet. If the mind is not alert, both have tendency to take over mankind. At this moment, we will focus on stupidity people demonstrate during information security audits. The topic of discussion is Information Security Management System, documented information. Let me share with you typical statements which auditees make in the presence of auditor. One statement is that there is so much of documentation that is required to be done for the ISO 27001 that we hardly get any time for anything else. If not for our customer, we would not have gone for this certification. If you face this situation, then remember to tell them that all nations of the world, all stakeholders, industries, associations, guilds, professional bodies, experts, contribute to develop and establish the ISO standard, which further evolves continuously. A bad workman always fights with his tools. Imagine a hospital, a pathological lab, or clinic being run without ironclad protocols of documentation. If you have any idea, you would shudder like a tree leaf in storm due to the avoidable but unimaginable devastation, misery, and suffering it would cause. Similarly, consider organization as a patient and ISMS as the super specialty tertiary care hospital. Without optimum information security documentation, the organization would suffer endlessly. It is similar to breathing. Under normal and steady circumstances, we breathe 900 times in an hour. In 24 hours, it is 21,600 breaths. A lazy imbecile bum said, "That is a lot of breathing I have to do that I hardly get time for anything else. If not for my staying alive, I would not have done so much of it." And then, there are organizations which have scanty documentation, as if they are suffering from documentation-related kwashiorkor and marasmus disease. In other words, impoverishment of information security documentation. On the other hand, over-documentation is similar to obesity. You should know how much is good enough for you, which repository it is going to, what purpose it will serve, and whether you actually need it or not. Remember, information system like body cannot be treated like a dustbin. ISO 27001 mandates demonstrable optimum documentation to run the business securely for its own sake, for customers' sake, and for the sake of the law. During the audit, you must look for how the organization keeps documented information to the extent necessary to have confidence that the processes have been carried out as planned. That is it. Information security documented information audit is an opportunity for an organization to perform complete health checkup of the ISMS life cycle stages. Remember that this cannot be short-changed, it cannot be done incompetently, hurriedly, or fleetingly. In the matters of information security, ignorance definitely is not a bliss. This is similar to a child playing with fire. These organizations invariably get major non-conformance and their certificates suspended. The organizations need to abide by the requirements of the International Standard on Documented Information. These costly blunders are avoidable. Do not worry, the compliance of these requirements is just few clicks away. Documented information audit checklist questionnaires to determine the non-compliance in conformity with ISO 27001 contains downloadable Excel file with 4 sheets having more than 44 compliance checklist questions. These compliance questionnaires are mapped to the mandatory requirements of ISO 27001 clauses, controls, and domains. This will enable to pinpoint non-compliance, focused remediation, and security performance analysis from one audit to another audit over a period of time. The checklist has complete inventory of clauses, clause numbers, clause titles, controls, control numbers, control objectives, and domains of ISO 27001. Each audit results are unique. The dynamic nature of the outputs of the audit results are required to be analyzed. Therefore, in the Excel file that you would receive, one sheet is dedicated for audit result analytics, with 7 parameters analyzed in graphs and tables. Securely save the original checklist file and use the copy of the file as your working document during preparation and conduct of the assessment of documented information process. The security assessments probe multi-threaded investigation audit trails. The security checklist has numerous investigative questions. Invariably, the documented information-related processes are at various levels of information security maturity. Therefore, use checklist investigation questionnaires, quantum apportioned to the current status of threats emerging from risk exposure. The documented information process checklist on requirements of ISO 27001 follows the cardinals of risk-based thinking, RBT, process approach, and PDCA. Plan, do, check, and act methodology. This enormous checklist on documented information has been prepared by the collective wisdom of panel of information security principal auditors and lead instructors under the aegis of ISO Training Institute. Lots of effort has gone into preparing it and making it available. These comprehensive, deep probing, robust checklists are unparalleled in the entire world. The security checklists have been prepared with a noble spirit of reducing the colossal damages due to security breaches to the organizations and professional careers, including yours. You have a choice to continue to remain vulnerable as the hunted by the security breaches which are the hunters, or proactively identify and neutralize them with the help of these robust compliance checklists. It is a choice between corporate longevity and corporate obituary. It is choice of not becoming scapegoat and protecting your careers and growth that you truly deserve.